And Andy, you know, you've come from, everyone knows what your background is, everyone knows where you've come from, and, you know, your story's been told over and over again about sort of where you were and where you are now. But you always seem, to me and to a lot of Liverpool fans that I talk to be someone who gets it, who understands the culture, who is enjoying themselves in Liverpool as well. I mean, what do you make of it? I mean, you know, Tony said that we're obviously biased. You've come in as an outsider, at least initially, but you know, you've been taken under the Scouse wing, if you like. But what do you make of the culture, the fan culture at Liverpool in comparison to maybe elsewhere?
Yeah, the thing is, it's, you know, it's first class, and I think what Tony's saying is, you know, in the top six, I don't think there's, you know, any, you know, team, I think, you know, probably won't like hearing this, but, you know, credit to the United fans last week. Obviously, everything's going good at their club just now, and they created a good atmosphere. That's what happens when, you know, fans get behind their manager and a team, but we have that, you know, more regular. There's against, you know, Liverpool, which is a big game and all that, but, you know, we can create it against, you know, games like Bournemouth, and, you know, no disrespect to Bournemouth, but like you said, you know, they're a, you know, a middle of the table team, and, you know, we probably expected to win the game. And, you know, I've, like you said, with my past, I've played with Hull. You know, I've came to these grounds where it's been flat. I've been to Old Trafford and held them to a draw where it's been flat. We've gave Liverpool a game and things like that, and it's, you know, maybe people show up and think, you know, that's it, we're winning. And like Tony said about the Leicester game, you know, obviously, look, the players didn't perform to what we could have done, but, you know, from the very start, I felt it was very, you know, tense. And if you look at Leicester's previous results, they'd beat Man City, they'd beat Chelsea, you know, they're no mugs, they're a fantastic team, and they caused us problems. And yeah, we drew, it's not the end of the world, but like Tony said, I think if, you know, if Man City hadn't get beaten the game, you know, the night before, it might have been a different story. But look, that's ifs, buts and maybes, but we should have performed better to start. But, you know, from Leicester to then the Watford to the Bournemouth game, sorry, it was night and day in my opinion.
The other thing I wanted to get you on as well is, you know, we'll talk all the time as fans about songs, about banners, about flags, what makes up all of those things, what should be on a banner, what should be on a flag, what should the song be, what works, what doesn't, what fits in with our culture, what doesn't. But as someone who's actually out there and playing, and at fullback as well, where, you know, you're pretty close to the crowd, so I'm guessing you can hear what's said at times. It's not just about songs, is it? It's about the vibe in the ground. So it's about, you know, you can support without it just being about songs. So you can be positive in what you're saying towards players. You can certainly be negative towards them as well. And I'm sure, as I say, you've heard that. What difference does that make to you? I mean, I know a lot of players seem a little bit reluctant to me to talk about these things, because there seems to be a little bit of a stock answer around, well, we just block it out and we're professionals and we get on with it. But you must hear it, and you must sense a vibe in a stadium. Of
course, I think, like you said, I think fullbacks hear it a lot more. You know, when I take throw-ins and stuff, I'm right next to the fans and stuff like that. And to be fair to them at Anfield, it's, you know, very positive. It's, you know, come on, or and things like that. And it's you know, very rarely negative, I would say. But you know, I think for that Bournemouth game, even when we came out to warm up, we felt as if it was, you know, a bit of a party atmosphere, and everyone was enjoying themselves being at the ground. And, you know, that's what you want. I think, if, you know, I've been a fan, I've, you know, supported Celtic, I had season ticket for 16 years, and when I went to games, I wanted to enjoy it. I didn't want to, you know, sit and, you know, be tense every time, you know, the other team crossed the halfway line. You want to just go and enjoy watching your team, and, you know, enjoy the chase, enjoy us trying to go for a Premier League. You know, you've been a supporter a lot longer than I've been a player, obviously, but
a lot longer.
Yeah, exactly, a lot longer. But you know, we've not had a Premier League in 29 years, and if we fail, you know, at the end of the season, then as long as we've gave 100% and we know we've left absolutely everything out in that park, then of course we'll have regrets. That's natural, but at least then we can go, do you know what, we've gave it our all, and we're up against a world-class team here. You know, Man City have got no worse from last season. We've just got better, and we've closed the gap. And, you know, with us being a point behind them, you know, it changes it. This time last season, how far in front were they? 15 points or something? They were probably already thinking about their holidays at this stage. They know they're in for a fight, but we need to match that, and we need to keep going. And we won't be, you know, if we do end up finishing second or whatever, then we won't be the first team to come close and not succeed. So that's not the pressure that's on us. The pressure is our own pressure that, you know, we know we're a good team. We know we hopefully will be in this position again because we're young enough, but you never know, and we want to try and, you know, take this opportunity and grasp it. But, you know, like I said, as long as we give 100% in every game and we have no regrets, then and leave everything out in the park, then at least at the end of the season we can look back in disappointment, but one that, do you know what, we'll take a lot of positives from this season and try and go into the next.